Alright guys, so for the next video is going to be our off-season training. So if your early off-season was a 3-month block right after your season was over, then off-season would be the next 3 months after that. So if your last game was May 31st, your early off-season would be June, July, August. And then off-season would be, what was it, June, July, August, September, October, November, or something like that. So if you can find a 3-month block where you can get something like this in your off season, and if you'll notice in your early off season it was what's the number one goal for you, but now this is where a lot of strength coaches will tend to differ, is that they will keep focusing on specifically what the athlete wants in their off season training. For me as a strength coach, I'm asking the coach, what do you need out of this athlete, right? Because at the end of the day, we're trying to help the team get better, not necessarily the athlete now. So a lot of these athletes they might want to continue doing like their bodybuilding stuff and working on like their size and everything. But as we're getting closer and closer to season, we need to be trying to elevate this power, their rate of force development, and their strength, feeding into power also. Because those are the two main things that are going to help the team, help that individual athlete succeed as an individual, and in turn helping the team succeed as well, right? So, and that's not to say that we won't do like some bodybuilding stuff in this auxiliary section of the training. It's just the volume is not going to be as high as it was in early off season. So now we're kind of shifting our focus from that aesthetics, like the passing the eye test. Now we're just trying to maintain that, and now we're trying to really increase our power and strength. And on top of that, we're going to slowly start to increase the conditioning we do. Most of the time, in basketball at least, the head coach is not the strength coach, is going to be taking care of the conditioning part by making them run. But just by doing all of these things and increasing volume slowly over the course of the 6 months, like the 3 months in the early off season and 3 months in off season, your conditioning will just naturally get better just off the volume of things that you're doing. So that's the main thing, is we're not really trying to focus on aesthetics anymore in the off season. Now it's time to increase like your ability to create power and strength and transfer that to the court, if that makes sense for y'all. So that's it. You can tell there's a little bit of a differing view here for me compared to other strength coaches who just want to focus on what the athlete wants all year round. That's not really what I'm about. I'm about that in early off season, but once we get closer to their season, it's time to start focusing on like them being able to be the best athlete they can be, not necessarily focusing on how they look.